What's up, my YouTube family? It's your boy Roberto back with a video, and I'll be going over the German Nationals where we had a very competitive Nationals with a good variety of decks, but we all know what deck dominated the top cut. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the German Nationals deck list, and we're going to talk about some of the players in it. So as you guys can see, top 32. We had Johnny Hockefacker. And guys, don't kill me for not knowing how to pronounce these guys' names. I am American. And you know, us Americans only know how to pronounce American names or anything close to it. So I don't understand and I cannot pronounce some of these German names. He was running the cash tier variants with a $536 um, deck list. That's how much it was worth. Probably a little more, a little less, depending on if they include the side decks and things of that sort. This is just the main deck. Um, That was 32nd place. 31st was he Kaya Cesaro. Not sure how to say that. He was running Sprite. Looks like Runic Sprite. If I'm not mistaken. Guys, it's so hard to see these little things on the side, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Um, $352 deck list. Sprite is still managing to, squeeze into these top cuts with the runic variant in it is actually still a very solid competitive deck. And it's possible chance that it could steal some of these nats or just steal some of these nationals because people are preparing for it, but they're not preparing for it. Everybody's really more prepared for the cash tier matchup and things like Labyrinth, that sort. So you may see a lot of, a couple handful of Sprite decks pull through and make it into the top cut and possibly win these events. Then we have the 30th place deck, Steven Zimmerman running the cash tier, another cash tier. We're going to see a lot of cash tiers because it is arguably the best deck of the format, but it doesn't dominate the format like it did before because it did take a couple hits, but the hits didn't really affect it as much, but it did affect it to a point. But it still makes the format competitive to where other decks can squeeze in, which is good. And that's the kind of format you want. I think those formats are more healthy where everybody's not forced to play one dominant deck. Then we have 29th place, Haynes Gotts. Sorry if I said it wrong, guys. Forgive me. He ran the Labyrinth deck for $594 deck that he was running. Labyrinth is a very solid deck. It is I feel like Labyrinth is like a Flunder deck. If you want to get an easy top, you just play Labyrinth or play Flunder. Right now, Flunder is very getting back very popular because of how things played out with the ban list. Um, then we have 28th place, Aurora Kugler, another cash tier deck with this worth $722. And I see, baby. Okay, close the door. Daddy's doing something. Close the door, Rara. Eat them. Close the door. Eat them. Close the door. Uh, sorry guys, it's my door. All right, we're in 28th place, cash tier list. Oroli Ariel Kugler, a $722 cashier deck. Another cashier player that made it into the top cut. Like I said, we prepared to see a lot of it, and that's going to be every match. Moving on down, we have Tobis Summerfield running cash tier also. A lot of these players I have not heard of before, but this is, like I said, it's a completely different country. But some of these players do come over to America and play in some of our events, and some of them just don't, but some of them do. That's how they get popular over here. And some of these guys have YouTube channels. So then you have another Sprite variant from Ding Kang Pam, which is like I said, guys, Sprite can squeeze into a lot of these top cuts. So don't be surprised when Sprite's inside a lot of top cuts because the deck is coming out of nowhere. It doesn't look like he's running the runic in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is. It may just be something that they didn't get on there. Very solid deck. Again, guys, if you're looking for something to play and you want to be a little different and don't want to play too many mirrors, play Sprite. Then we have Timo Nims, who is running Speedroid with looks like cash tier in it. Okay, that is That is something. Speed Droid. You do see these sometimes. You see these one of decks that squeeze into the top cut that you did not expect. And I'm pretty sure nobody expected the Speed Droid. And a lot of people probably didn't know how to play against it or didn't know what to side against it or none of that. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is like a Synchro Turbo deck. I'm not too sure. Um, Moving on up to the next person, Julius Schwarzenbooth. Schwarzenhoff. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not German, nor do I speak German. Only thing I know about Germany is since World War II, Hitler and things of that sort. So I apologize. But he was running the Trap Trick variant. Um, I'm not sure if they're just putting these things over here, but it's saying Rika. Trap Tricks, Rika, I don't think that's a thing. So I'm just gonna say Trap Tricks. His deck never took any hits. It's still a solid deck. It's just a trap deck, and Labyrinth is much better. So that's why you see people play Labyrinth over Trap Tricks. Playing Trap Tricks over Labyrinth is insane, but like I say, people don't prepare for it. The deck gives you a lot of options as far as consistently having cards, but you do lose the blowout cards like Evenly, Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm, and so forth. Then we have next Philip Naimis running the Cash Tier variant. Another Cash Tier deck. I see a Raptor Raider right there. I don't know what that's for. Another Cash Tier deck. So guys, we're just gonna keep seeing these. Only thing different about these Cash Tier decks is probably what hand traps they play, and maybe some text in the side. But for the most part, everything is the same. Next, we have Kyan Mac running Mandemonium. That deck is pretty solid. I really don't understand why a lot of people don't play it. I just feel like the deck has see Scarclaw right there. The deck has a lot of good matchups, and a lot of people just don't really understand the deck, and they don't take the time to because they don't think many people are going to play it, and that's a way to win right now in this format with this deck because people don't want to learn what it does, and they just don't take the time to really figure out this deck, and it can come out of nowhere and win. And I think that's probably what happened here. People weren't prepared for it. They didn't side for it. They didn't know how to side for it. They didn't know what to start. They don't know what it does. And this guy managed to get top 32. Moving on up, Philip Beck, another Sprite player. So we are seeing a ton of Sprite decks in German's top cut. So Sprite seems to be a pretty popular deck over there. I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems to be very popular over there. And this is the Evil Twin variant. He has Evil Twin. So I guess this is saying what's in the deck right here, guys. So Evil Twin Sprite, that is a pretty solid variant for what I heard. I still think the Runic variant is the best one, but Evil Twin gets it done too. Uh, Next up, we have Johnny Makas with a Pearly deck. I'm actually, pretty shocked to see my first time seeing Pearly in the top. I was expecting to see it way earlier. I guess, you know, it made it though. I mean, you can't complain. There's a Pearly in here. I was expecting to see more of him, and he looks like he plays Destiny Hero Enforcer in his build, which is something much different. I haven't seen anybody running that in their Sprite. I mean, in their Pearly builds. Pearly is a going second deck, and it really struggles going first. But a lot of top players here in North America are running it. Some of them, like Kamal's running it. A few other people are running the Pearly deck. We'll see how things go when Nats come around. If they're still thinking on playing that. This week is building up to the American Nationals, and I will be dropping a video talking about who may come on top and win these North American Nationals. Next up, we have Nikita Herbert running Sprite Runic with Evil Twin. We've seen a lot of Sprite in Germany. Like, this is crazy. I wasn't expecting this many Sprite decks in the top cut of German Nationals. Joanne's Baru, another Sprite Runic Evil Twin. This is insane. We've seen more Sprite than I think we have cast here so far. Very, very diverse list. So far, I'm liking the German Nationals top cut. We've seen Labyrinth, Cash Tier, Sprite, Runic Sprite, Evil Twin Sprite, Trap Trick, Speed Droid, Mandemonium, Pearly. So they had a huge variety, but it seems so far like it was dominated by Sprite. Then a Nico Skurlemer Camp. Again, I don't know how to say it. Another Sprite deck with Evil Twin and a Runic in it. This I guess Sprite's a thing in Germany. I guess I don't. I need to keep up more about the German nationals. So now we're scrolling into the top 16. We have Joshua Lawson running the Cash Tier, another Cash Tier player. Told you guys already about Cash Tier. Cash Tier is one of the more powerful decks that will push you through and will possibly win a lot of events, guys, because it's that good of a deck. Next, we have Zio Mundry running the Sprite Runic Live Twin deck again. Another one. This is insane. So I'm assuming that the majority of the players were probably running Sprite decks. That's why we're seeing so many in the top cut. Every country is different, guys. It doesn't matter about the ban list. I mean, most of the decks in the top cut would be the same decks, but the more popular deck is always gonna, dominate the top cut. And I'm obviously seeing Sprite is the more dominant. Jonas. Next up, we have Jonas Koshil running Labyrinth, another Labyrinth deck, guys. Again, I said Labyrinth is an easy topping deck if you want to run it. It's a very good trap deck. It's definitely better than Trap Tricks. And I just think it's solid overall. I hate playing against the deck and deck devastation bar. So Eradicator, I'm sorry, Eradicator is a pain. I got hit with Eradicator one time and I had a handful of spells. Every card was a spell, just lose. And that can really catch a lot of decks off guard. And it wins a lot of matches. So next up we have Jack Vermin. Running Labyrinth 2. Actually, I've heard that name before. I think Jack Vermin is pretty popular. And on the German scene, I've definitely seen that name before. I could be wrong, but it looks so familiar. So yeah, he's running the Labyrinth variant. Also, next up we have Tristan Skiller running Cash Tier, another Cash Tier that guys keep talking about. It keeps coming up. Cash Tier and Sprite has been dominating this list, but so far it seems like Sprite has the advantage and has more people. Next up we have Felix Kolachich running the Sprite. I don't know. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Felix Kulich running the Sprite Runic Live Twin. Um, just can't get enough of Sprite. It's crazy. I didn't realize how much Sprite dominated Germany nationals. Maybe more people here is gonna probably play it at the American nationals, seeing how good it did over there in the German nationals. Usually, German nationals have little to no effect on the players here in America, but something like this you just can't overlook. Next up, we have Steven in Richeliberger, however you said, running Sprite Saint. Same thing again. Like this is amazing to me. Amazing. Wow. Next up round. Oh man, I didn't even do that. Next up round the top 16, we have Joshua Skimmett. Very popular. He's a YouTuber, a very good player. Everybody knows him. Very, very popular running the Fur Hire with Sprite and Rooney. So Sprite Runic Fur Hire is a thing, a very good thing. I know a couple friends that are running the same thing. Joshua Skim, I can never say his name. I know his name, but I just can't say it, guys. I apologize. Very, very good Yu-Gi-Oh player, great YouTuber. Check out his channel, guys. And now we're moving on into the top 8. Here we go. Finally, Servich Kins. I'm not even gonna try to argue with that name right there. It's just unbelievable. Running Vanquish Soul, I am surprised. This is the first time we saw Vanquish Soul, and I actually forgot about it. Like because I just hadn't seen it on the list, so I forgot about it. Wow. So he's running the Vanquish Soul, and people really are on this deck. We're probably gonna see a lot of Vanquish Soul in America, in America's top 64. I think we're gonna see Vanquish Soul everywhere because a lot of people here think it's just that great of a deck. I don't like playing against the deck, but I personally don't think it's that great either. Next up, we have Lucas Hortisman running Despia. Okay, finally we got a Despia deck all the way in the top 8. The one Despia so far that we have seen has made it all the way to the top 8 here in German Nationals. That is great to see. Shout out to Despia. Very cheap deck too, as you see, $318. And it's a competitive deck. Not sure why more people don't play it. A lot of people say it loses to a single ash and stuff like that, but the deck has innovated and came up with more ways to win than just brand diffusion. So next up we have Tenranti running Dragon Link. Okay, wow. So this was a surprise. I didn't think Dragon Link would top in Germany, but here it is going to top in the American Nationals. It's just gained so much popularity, especially since my friend Bradley Wallace started playing it. And also in my tournament of power, my second place contestant, Santino Bradford, was running the Dragon Link list. Um, be prepared. Dragon Link is going to be everywhere here at the American Nationals. It's good to see, see the deck manage to squeeze in the top 8 here at the German Nationals. All love. Next up, we have Eric Topoli, however you say it. He's running Rika. Again, that deck is a deck that I've been saying for a long time. It's very solid. It's my first time seeing it on the list. Very, very diverse list here in Germany. So all the decks that we've seen leading up to the top 8 so far, we haven't seen any in the top 8. Top 8 has been completely different. Vanquish Soul, Despia, Dragonlink, now Rika. Rika is a deck my friend Bradley Wallace again. I think he actually won a regional with it, or he got like third or something like that. The regional, something, whatever it was, he placed real high at a regional with it. And I told him to continue playing it, but he just said it wasn't good this format. But with the ban list that recently came out about a month or two ago, made him change up his mind, and now he's probably going to play it. Either that or Dragon. I'm not sure yet, but he's definitely leaning towards it. He's very good with the deck. I hope he does. See what he did over at Germany. So next up, we're in the top 4. We have Franco Persano running the Rika deck again, but in his version, he's playing the Theron. Okay, so this deck here has been very dominant. Uh, you see, it's in the top 4. It's only a couple of them, and they managed to get top 8 and top 4. Amazing, amazing. I love it, love it. And the last of the top 4 is Maximilian Henry running the Cash Tier deck. The deck we already know that's the best deck right now, and it's probably dominated over there, and it made it in top 4. So the top 4 is very diverse. The runner up, Tom Killenstrom Grabber, however you say it, running the Cash Tier variant. And like I said, guys, Cash Tier has been dominant, and this is what it gets you. It gets you second place, possibly first place. So of the top 4, 2 of the decks were Cash Tier, one Rika, and then the winner, Din Kabu, running the Labyrinth deck. We just talked about it. If you want an easy win, guys, like I said, play Labyrinth. And there you see the winner of the German Nationals takes it home with the Labyrinth build. So the top 4 was pretty diverse with Rika, 2 Cash Tier, and the Labyrinth. Top 8 was super diverse with Despia, Dragon Link, 2 Rikas. Cash Tier, keep doing that. Cash Tier, Labyrinth. Like, I love how this worked out. I love the top 32, the diversity. Unfortunately, guys, I told you Sprite just doesn't have enough gas, and that's why we didn't see it in the top 8, but we've seen it all the way up into the top 16. So, without further ado, guys, thank you. We will do a video talking about the American Nationals, who we think will win, and guys, enjoy it. Let me know in the comment section what deck you plan on taking in that, and what do you think is going to win the American Nationals. Let me know. We'll talk about it. Subscribe to the page. If you guys haven't seen, take a look at the Tournament of Power and let me know what you think of it. It was a great tournament. It was fun. Congratulations to Hunter Lloyd for taking it home with 60 card Runic Plunder, and he dominated the competition. I think only dropping one game leading up to his victory. So until then, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm out.